Hi, okay, guys. So I'm here with Chrissie, who is a member of Boost Your Body, and we're just going to talk about your experiences with us, kind of before and after, and just have a chat about that. If that's okay with you.
Yep.
So let's start with how long have you been with Boost Your Body now?
I've been coming to Boost Your Body for about nearly 5 years, I suppose, but I've had a couple of breaks there. Literally, I broke my ankle. Not doing
Literally a
body.
break.
And also my mother was ill at one stage and I had to stop coming for that. But yeah, so quite a long time really. I'm one of the I suppose founder members in that respect.
Yeah, you're definitely one who's been with us for one of the longest. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So
Mm.
it's long. I mean, we've been going 5.5 years, so
Yeah.
it's been one of the first through the doors.
I keep coming, so must be doing something good, yeah.
Glutton for punishment.
Yeah. No.
Um, okay, so what problem were you facing before you joined us, and kind of what made you want to
Yeah.
join us, really?
Okay. I had about 7 years ago had a major operation on my foot, which left me immobile, and I was virtually immobile for about 2 years. Couldn't do much at all. I couldn't even put my foot on the ground for 6 months, and then getting back to walking and everything was quite hard. I put a lot of weight on in that time, in the region of about 4 stone, I would think. And I was sat here, thinking, feeling a bit sorry for myself, thinking, oh God, is this going to be my life? I couldn't even take my dog for a walk. It was, it was a case of, I can either sit here and feel sorry for myself, or I can do something about it. And I was browsing through Facebook and I saw the ad that you see about, women wanted for this. And I thought, oh, do you know what? I'll give it a go. It's only, I can't remember what it was, 6 weeks or something like that,
Yeah,
how it goes. And it was that sort of whole let's give it a go type situation where I thought, well, if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't, and I can go back to sitting and feeling sorry for myself.
Yeah.
So came along. I actually originally was well, I was really, unfit, couldn't do very much at all. I also, an added problem, I suppose, is that I have cerebral palsy, so quite weak down my left side. I was worried about that, about being judged, I suppose, and also not being able to do stuff, so it was all, I've never really joined a gym before because of A, being overweight, B, not being able to do stuff and having to explain to people I can't do that because,
Yeah.
and it's embarrassing and what have you. It shouldn't be, but it is. And so I never joined a gym before, so it was really new for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big step out of the comfort zone, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And and I was just worried about being judged, I suppose, for all those things.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, gyms kind of do have a reputation for that, don't they? Where you kind of walk in and it's almost like when you walk into the tavern and the music stops and everyone says, "Who's this new person?"
Yeah. And actually, I'm the sort of person who really needs to go to a gym. So, in that respect, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was two. Was it 2 years? You say you were immobile. That's
Yeah. Well, I couldn't walk for 6 months, couldn't put my foot on the ground, and then after that, it was a case of I'd had my foot taken apart and put back together again. So it was learning to walk in a new way.
Yeah.
And also I'd got it was painful. I was on painkillers for 18 months.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So, and I used to drive around the car park in supermarkets to find a space. I didn't have a blue badge or anything, but to find a space nearest to the entrance and that sort of thing, so I didn't have to walk very far.
Yeah.
All those sorts of things. So, yeah. It was tough.
All the little things you don't really realize it has an impact on kind of everyday life. Yeah.
Take for granted. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's next on my list? Was there anything that made you hesitant or nervous about joining us? I guess we've kind of covered that a little bit with
Yeah.
fear of being judged, or
Yeah, absolutely. The gym bunny sort of situation, you know, where you think everyone else is confident, beautiful, fit, you know, slim, all of those things, and and you're not. So yeah.
me personally, or
No, I mean,
you're saying I'm not beautiful?
it doesn't help. No, yeah.
Well, I'm offended now.
Oh,
No, yeah, no, I think that's kind of right from the start. We've almost, well, not almost, we have intentionally kind of pitched ourselves opposite that kind of gym bunny. So, you know, the kind of the walk on the treadmill in full makeup and don't break a sweat, and that's kind of, that's not us.
Yeah,
it's kind of not real world for a lot of people, I don't think, and it does create a very intimidating environment. So we deliberately set out to create an environment where people feel comfortable coming in, and you don't have to be I'm not saying you're not, you don't have to be this glamorous you know, like 6 foot model shaped person just to come in. It's very much for kind of real people.
well, I think as well, you know, and it's gone back to something I said earlier, and it's you know, when you're a bigger person, fat basically, you know, it's sometimes quite hard to do some of the movements because your fat gets in the way, you know, and so you're like, you don't want to do them basically because of that.
Yeah.
But I think without being like in your face and recognize that, oh, you might be struggling with that, there are always alternatives. You know, you perhaps can't do push-ups because basically trying to push up 15 stone of fat is quite hard, isn't it? You know, so yeah, it's individualized, but not in a you know, and a horrible sort of way, really.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So kind of personalized without making you feel bad about yourself, or
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move forward. What has changed for you since you joined Boost Your Body that many years ago?
Absolutely everything. I'm a different person, really. Really. I'm so fit. I mean, I amaze myself sometimes at how fit I am. When I think back to not even being able to walk up the drive, you know, that sort of situation. I was saying to you earlier, I've started doing some proper riding lessons. I say proper riding lessons. Some like dressage stuff, you know, high level bits. And I can do half an hour of really hard work, like cantering, trotting, and I don't even feel out of breath. You know, and that's really something. That is actually for me.
Yeah.
Something really quite an achievement. And also, you know, just stuff like I go for a walk in our local woods, and there's a hill there that's quite steep. And when I first started going to Boost Your Body, I used to like challenge myself to walk up this hill and see how far I could get without having to stop for air. And now I can just like, I don't even think about going up this hill. I really don't. I'm up there and, you know, don't even get slightly out of breath. And that's the difference, I think. Also, I mean, other things is because of my left-sided weakness, my left arm's always been very, very weak, and I couldn't hold things in that hand, and things like a hairdryer. You know, when you dry, well, you wouldn't know, but you know,
my hair's getting quite long at the moment.
And you've got to hold the hairdryer up in one hand and the brush in the other. I couldn't do that because I couldn't hold the hairdryer in my left arm. It wasn't strong enough. I can do that now because although it's never going to be, you know, the same as my right arm, I've really improved. And things like my balance has improved. I was very one-sided, and I couldn't actually even stand on one leg because of my balance issues. If I stood on one leg, I'd fall over. That's really improved. And I think because I'm getting stronger in my left side, it's helping. And also just things like getting up off the sofa. in my kitchen we've got this really low, like trendy, sofa in there, leather sofa, and to get up off there, I used to have to go onto my knees, roll, and then like push myself up. It wasn't a pretty sight, I can assure you. But now, because of all the like squats and stuff that we do, I can just like get up without even thinking about it, without even using my arms, which is like,
that's such a difference, isn't it? I mean, it's yeah, it's the real world differences, isn't it? Rather than
and I've always said, it, made a joke of it really in classes and things, and people will have heard me say this, that I do all those squats, so I'm not that old lady who needs help to get up off the toilet, because that's when you think about 10 years or 15 years down the line, that is going to really, really be, the thing that's going to help. You might have to edit this bit out, Alex, and I don't go outside. That's it. He says I get a lot better walks as well out of mum these days. That's what he was saying.
Bless. Have you got 2 dogs or 1?
Just one. One. Okay. Yeah. That's it now. That's all we've got is the dog. We used to have like a menagerie, but we've only got the dog now. Yeah.
Is he hideously spoiled?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as is as well.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, honestly. I think the dog gets more love and attention than me. Okay, so we've kind of covered what previous situation, what's changed. Got some really good kind of real world examples.
As well, as we were talking earlier, it did take me a while, but I'm 3.5 stone, 3 stone lighter than I was when I joined. So, but that's been all my ducks lining up in a row, rather than just coming to the gym. I would never say to someone, join BYB and you'll lose all this weight, because but I do believe that it's one of the components. I don't think you can successfully lose weight without exercising and being stronger and healthier and fitter is one of the keys to it, so yeah, I'd say that.
Good. Okay. So the only other question we've got is, what would you say to anyone who's watching this and is on the fence about joining and thinking about joining us? What would you say to them?
What have you got to lose? Like me, I sort of said to myself, I'll give it 6 weeks and then I can go back to sitting on the sofa and feeling sorry for myself. But actually, you've got nothing to lose really, and everything to gain, because it's like I said, hopefully it's come across in this interview that it has really, really changed my life. Just in my whole, not just being fitter, physically fitter, but just mentally, how I think about myself. Yeah. And hopefully it's taught me to love the skin I'm in as well, rather than thinking I've got to be like this, so I've got to be a certain way or whatever.
Yeah.
It's how you are inside.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You've got to love yourself first, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to edit it. I'm not going to edit it.
Edit the dog out.
I'm not sure you can edit it, to be honest. I'm sure I can, but I'll probably just crop the chat at the start and the end off, and then we'll do that. But yeah, thank you. That's it's really good. It's good to hear, actually. It's good to hear from someone who's been with us for so long. And
yeah, I mean, it's been, like I say, it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride. I know that sounds a bit cliched, but it has, and it's not always worked for me. But I think, like I said at the end, probably the biggest thing is, that mind shift. That I can do this. I am, I do enjoy exercise, which I never thought I'd do.
Whisper it.
I do, and that's why I keep doing. I don't ever. It would be very easy to lie in bed and go, oh, do you know what? I'm not going to go today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But never, never, ever once done that in the whole 5 years I've been going, because that is the beginning of the end if you do that.
I think that speaks volumes, doesn't it? If you've never done that in 5 years, and that's yeah.
Even, at the minute in lockdown, I get up every Tuesday and Thursday and do my session on at 8 o'clock, and it's like giving up smoking. I don't know. Have you ever smoked?
No, well, not apart from a handful when I was about 16, trying to be cool. But
Well, I was a dedicated smoker until I was like 30, and I gave up on my 30th birthday, and I know I could never have one cigarette because it would hit me back into being a smoker again.
yeah,
I know if I give up that one session, it's the slippery slope. That's just my personality, though. I've got to.
yeah, that's part of knowing yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like I say, that it's never. I think there's a lot of kind of memes and stuff that go around in the fitness industry, and a lot of them are garbage. But one that I think is true is the line that says kind of how people expect progress, and it's just a straight line.
Yeah.
And then it's what it looks like in reality, and it's kind of all squiggly, and
Yeah.
you go back on yourself, and then go back up, and it's slower and faster, and all that sort of stuff. And that's just true, isn't it? It's not. I don't know anyone. Certainly at Boost Your Body, I don't know anyone in any aspect of life, business, personal, whatever, where it's just been like plain sailing. It's just never. It's just not reality.
Well, it's like weight loss as well, to be honest, Alex. If I'd added up all the weight I've lost over the past 20, 25 years or whatever, we could make another me.
Yeah.
But it's a, and so, you just gotta keep your eye on the prize.
Yeah. Keep taking one step forward, right? And you get there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and, as long as you keep getting those small rewards, and feeling better about yourself and all that sort of stuff, then I think you will carry on.
Yeah. Gives you that motivation.